Sairam students, let's begin with the class 8 geography. We are doing the chapter number 5 of geography, that is industries. Children, today you are doing the 5th part of this chapter, that is the last part of this chapter now. Now in our content, children, you have already learned the introduction. We have completed with the topic classification of industries. We have seen the factors affecting location of industries. Then you have learnt about the industrial system, industrial regions, industrial disaster. In our last session, children, you learnt about the distribution of major industries. In that, you saw the world's major industries are the iron and steel industry, the textile industry, and information technology industry, right? Then we saw the countries in which these industries are located. And then after that, you learned iron and steel industry. In that, you learned about the processes, the industries that requires, it comprises of the same as the industrial system shows you, that is input, processes and output. Then we saw the inputs also. Then we saw the process of converting the iron ore into steel. It involves many stages. One of the important method is their smelting, right? You saw that also. We saw the from iron ore to steel, how that smelting process is done in a blast furnace, right? Then we saw finally the output that we get as the steel, which may be used by other industries as raw material, correct? Then we saw the steel is often called as the backbone of the modern industry. We saw the reasons also. Then we saw about the location, how the location of iron and steel industry was changing, how the factors kept on changing from the 1880 till 1950, and after 1950 also we saw what factors are preferable while choosing the location of the industry. Then in that, you learnt about the Jamshedpur, that is the iron and steel plant in our country in Jamshedpur, that is TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. It was privately owned by Jamshedji Tata. You learnt about the location of that TISCO company also, right? Then from we learned about the another industry also, that is in the United States of America, that is in Pittsburgh. Okay, so this is what you have learned in the iron and steel industry. Now children, the last topic, that is cotton textile industry, you will be learning today. Let's start with that topic now. Cotton textile industry. See, weaving cloth from yarn, it is an ancient art, right, that Indians were doing. It is not a new thing that people used to do with their hands also, right? That weaving work was done in that way. So cotton, wool, silk, jute, flax, these have been used for making cloth. Now, the textile industry can be divided from, before coming to that, let's see the origin of the word textile. The term textile is derived from the Latin word texere, which means to weave. That is the reason the textile is connected to the weaving only, okay? The textile industry can be divided on the basis of raw materials used in them. Now let's understand that division, how it is divided on the basis of raw materials. See, fibers are the raw material of textile industry. You all know very well about the textile industry, right? It is connected to the cloths, right? So fibers can be natural or it can be man-made also. Now let's see what is included in the natural fibers and what is there in the man-made fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from natural things. See, from the word itself, natural fibers means directly it has got from the nature. From wool, silk, cotton, linen and jute. So these are the fibers that you get naturally. Okay. Now let's see the man-made fibers. Man-made fibers include nylon, polyester, acrylic and rayon. So children, you need to remember the fibers are classified Fibers are the raw material of the textile industry and they are divided in two, that is natural and man-made. And what is included in natural fibers? Wool, silk, cotton, linen and jute. Whereas man-made fiber includes nylon, polyester, acrylic and rayon. So what was it? The cotton textile industry, we know very well it is one of the oldest industries in the world, right? Not only in our country, but it is all over the world. It is the oldest industry. Till the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, cotton cloth was made using hand spinning techniques, that it wheels and looms, okay? But then what happened in 18th century? The power looms that is connected to the electricity, okay? Facilitate the development of cotton textile industry. The hand spinning techniques were converted into the power looms, and that gives the initiative to the development of the cotton textile industry, and first in Britain and the later in the other parts of the world. Now today's producers, if we'll talk about the cotton textiles, today's producers are the India, China, Japan and USA. These are the important producers of cotton textiles. See, India has a glorious tradition of producing excellent quality cotton textile. Children, you have learnt in your history also about the requirement of the indigo plantation and all that. See, that is like the cotton textile is very, very glorious, and the excellency is there in the quality also in our country, India. So before the British rule, Indian they used to hand spun. They used to do it with their hands, and hand woven cloth already there, that things had a very wide market. Okay, so hand spun and the hand woven cloth was already in demand before the British rule in our country. Now let's see the qualities and the designs which were used worldwide. Now here, the muslin of Dhaka. The images have been given to you, children. The chintz of Masulipatam and calicos of Calicut, and the gold wrought cotton of Burhanpur, Surat and Vadodara. See, these all are the qualities and the designs which were used worldwide. Okay, but the production of hand woven cotton textile, see, because as they are working with the hand, definitely that labor need to be paid more, right? So it was very expensive and time consuming. So what was done for the to have the supplement to that? See, as hand woven, it is time consuming also, because as the people they are working with their hands, it will take time, right? And even the amount to be paid to them will be more. It is expensive also. So hence the traditional cotton textile industry. Traditional means those who are working with their hands, right? Hand woven cotton textile industry could not face the competition from the new textile mills of the West. See, they could not compete with them. Why? Because as their work was with the hands, right? So it was very difficult. So they could not face the competition from the new textile mills of the West. That means of the other countries, which produced cheap and good quality fabrics through mechanized industrial units. Now children, here you can understand the meaning. Mechanized means what? They were using the machines for that in that textile mills. So definitely if we'll compare the traditional cotton textile industry and the new one with the machines, definitely the machine, those who are working with the machines, they will produce more, and it will be at a cheaper rate also, because machineries are used there rather than the labor of those who are doing by the hands, right? So if we'll compare the traditional cotton textile, they cannot compete with them, with the other countries of the West. They were producing the cheap and the good quality fabrics through the mechanized industrial units. Now, your children, for your reference, the first textile mill in the country was established at Fort Gloucester near Kolkata in 1818, but it closed down after some time. You may get in one mark answer which first textile mill was established in Kolkata, right? So you need to know the name of that. That is the Fort Gloucester. Then what happened? The first successful mechanized textile mill was established in Mumbai in the year 1854. So why it was established in Mumbai? Because the climatic conditions that are required for the textile industry were suitable there. So the warm, moist climate and a port for importing machinery as well as availability of raw material and a skilled labor. These all resulted in the rapid expansion of the industry in the region. So you should remember the first successful mechanized textile mill was established in Mumbai in the year 1854. Then initially this industry flourished in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat. See, these two states were chosen for the textile mill because of the favorable humid climate. See, according to the factors that are required for the cotton textile mill, the suitable factors were available in Maharashtra and Gujarat. That is the reason these two states were chosen, and the industries were flourishing in this particular two states because of the favorable humid climate. But nowadays you can say humidity can be created artificially also. And raw cotton, like it's a pure and not weights. Like see, suppose I want to transport the raw materials to someone. If I'll talk about the iron ore and coal, it's very heavy, right? But when we talk about the cotton plant, raw cotton, it is pure and the weight is not so much. So it's very light in weight, right? So transporting that raw material is also easy. Okay, so not weight as well as the losing raw material. So this industry has spread to other parts of India also. Like those who are not doing the cotton plantation, but they were getting that cotton, raw cotton from that other states through transportation. So the other important centers that were included in the textile industries were Coimbatore, Kanpur, Chennai, Ahemdabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Ludhiana, Puducherry, and Panipat. These are some of the important centers where the textile industries were located. Now, children, in the reference of this textile industry, we'll be learning about the Ahemdabad from India. Okay, so let's see. Ahemdabad. It is located in Gujarat on the banks of the Sabarmati River. See, children, you have seen the two states there, where the cotton textile mills were flourishing in India, with the Gujarat and Mumbai, right? So here you are going to learn about Ahemdabad, where we have the textile mill. The first mill was established in the year 1859. See, whereas in Mumbai it was established in which year? In the year 1854, right? So don't get confused in that. It is in first successful mechanized textile mill was established in Mumbai in the year 1854, and here it is given the first mill was established in Gujarat in Ahemdabad in the year 1859. Then that it soon became the second largest textile city of India after Mumbai. So Mumbai was at the top position. That after Mumbai, the second largest textile city of India was Gujarat, Ahemdabad. So Ahemdabad was therefore often referred to as the Manchester of India. What it was called as? It was called as the Manchester of India. Here the image of that textile mill has been given to you, that was established in the year 1859. It became the second largest textile city of India. So Ahemdabad was therefore referred to as the Manchester of India. Now, why this was chosen? Because of the favorable locational factors that were responsible for the development of the textile industry in Ahemdabad. See, Ahemdabad is situated very close to cotton growing area. See, that is the reason that the raw material can be easily available, right? As it is situated very close to the cotton growing area. So this ensures the easy availability of the raw material. Even the climate is ideal for spinning and weaving. The flat terrain and the easy availability of land is suitable for the establishment of the mills. So even the densely populated states of Gujarat and Maharashtra, they provide the both. See children, if you'll talk about the other industries, anybody can work, right? But when we talk, any labor can be asked to work there. But when we talk about particularly about the textile mill, right? The labor should be skilled in that. Otherwise, if they don't have knowledge how to do the weaving, because they should have the knowledge of weaving and spinning, right? Dyeing, spinning, weaving, all the processes that are involved in the textile industry. Otherwise, Otherwise, it is very difficult for the labor to work in that particular industry. So, the densely populated states of Gujarat and Maharashtra, they provide both skilled and semi-skilled labor. Even well-developed road and railway network permits easy transportation of textiles to different parts of the country, thus providing easy access to the market. So that is the reason Ahmedabad was chosen for the textile industry. Mumbai port nearby facilitates import of machinery and the export of cotton textile. So all these factors were available according to that location of the industry. But in the recent years, we can say the Ahmedabad textile mills have been facing the problems. Why they were facing the problems? Because several textile mills have closed down. Why? This is primarily due to the emergence of new textile centers in the country, as well as because see newer centers were also emerging in our country, and as well as the non-upgradation. Non-upgradation means the machineries need to be upgraded. The technology that were used in the textile industry needs to be upgraded. But whereas here they were not upgrading, so non-upgradation of machines and technology in the mills of Ahmedabad. So this were the reasons they were facing the problems here. Now let's move to the next textile industry, that is in Osaka. Now where is that? Osaka, it is an important textile center of Japan. It is also known as the Manchester of Japan. Children, when we were learning about the Ahemdabad, you learned there it is called as the Manchester of India. So what is the Manchester of India? That is Ahemdabad, and Manchester of Japan is Osaka. Now, the textile industry developed in Osaka due to several geographical factors. As we have seen in Ahmedabad, similarly here also the favorable factors. The locational advantages are there. That is the reason that textile center has been located in Osaka. The extensive plain around Osaka ensured that the land was easily available for the growth of cotton mills. Even warm, humid climate is well suited to the spinning and weaving. So that is the reason the location has been chosen there. And the river Yodo, see there the river Sabarmati, okay, that was providing sufficient water. Here the river Yodo provides a sufficient water for the mills. And the labor is also easily available. The location of port facilitates the imports of raw cotton and for exporting textiles. Again, the same thing. See, the textile industry at Osaka depends completely upon imported raw materials. Now, try to understand from this. They were not having that cotton plantation in their country, but they were importing the raw materials and then they were converting it in the finished products there. So, the raw material cotton was imported, okay? So the textile industry at Osaka depends completely upon imported raw materials. Cotton is imported from where they were importing this? From Egypt, India, China and USA. Then the finished product is mostly exported and has a good market due to good quality and low price. Children, I just want to tell you for your reference one important thing. If we'll talk about the Indian textile industry, about one third of the Indian textile industry's total production is exported. Such was the demand of the Indian textile industries. The quality was so good, you can understand in that way. So finally, what happened? The finished product was in Osaka. The finished product is mostly exported and has a good market due to the good quality and the low price. Though it is one of the important textile cities in the country, the cotton textile industry of Osaka has been replaced by other industries. Even Osaka faced that problem in the future, such as iron and steel, machinery, shipbuilding, automobiles, electrical equipment, and cement. So, even the cotton textile industry of Osaka was also replaced by other industries. Okay, so here, children, we have completed with the topic cotton textile industry. In that, you have learned about the Ahemdabad and Osaka. So children, here today we have completed with our chapter number 5 of geography, that is industries. The chapter is too interesting. It is vast, but it's very interesting to remember the facts that has been given in this chapter. So go through the chapter very well, go through all the presentations, read the chapter well, then see you in the next session with a new chapter, children. Till then, take very good care of your health. Thank you.